Okay, so these are my quick thoughts on John Lineker versus Marlon Vera. Okay, so uh, when you look at this fight, by the way, the majority of people are saying that John Lineker is gonna knock out Marlon Vera. If you picking Marlon Vera, is because you're from where he's from. Because the majority of people know John Lineker, so they're gonna pick John Lineker. Um, I'm gonna have to go with Marlon Vera. I'm gonna have to go with him. He has great footwork. He has like a 3 fight winning streak. You know he had like an armbar in the first round of his last fight. He TKO head kick Brad Pickett, and you can say that. How is that cool? How's that impressive? Uriah Faber couldn't do that. Thomas Almeida did, but that was like 2 years ago. Uh, you know, yeah. So that was like, Thomas Almeida. I remember he flying knee him in the first or second round. Like that was like 2015. I remember that. That was like a great knockout. Like not, it wasn't like I don't think it was like knockout of the night because that was a great card. UFC 189, but Brad Pickett he got knocked out with Thomas Almeida. Uriah Faber couldn't. He knocked him down a few times, but that's it. And then Marlon Vera fights him, knocks him out in the third round, sends him to retirement. Just like that. So, you know, he has momentum. Marlon Vera has momentum. He's like 24, I think. 25, 24 this year. So he's younger than John Lineker. Because, he's like younger by like a year or two. So it's not like that much, but the experience definitely goes to John Lineker. Uh, John Lineker, when he faced TJ Dillashaw, it showed me that if you had good defense, if you have good defense, you're creative, and if you have like okay power, if you have okay speed, but most importantly, if you have footwork and you have a good ground game, you can beat him. You can beat him. TJ Dillashaw did that to him, and Ali Bagutinov did exactly that too. So you need to have decent footwork and have a good ground game, and you can beat them. Marlon Vera has that. Marlon Vera has good footwork, and he has a good ground game. You know, and he has good speed, good power, good stand up. He has good ground game. He has really good footwork. He uses it. He's very creative. He has momentum. Um, but that power of John Lineker is, he does have one punch knockout power. Um, he and he lost to T.J. Dillashaw, and then before that, the last loss was against Ali, but Bogatunov. But when he took that loss, he had like a 6 fight winning streak. Um, you know he oh and John Dodson beat John Lineker in my opinion. He completely got. John Dodson was defending the big shots for the most part of John Lineker. And whether John Dodson had in that fight, good defense and good footwork, which is defense together. He he couldn't take him down, but he had. If you have good defense, you have a higher chance of beating John Lineker. Like John Dodson, T.J. Dillashaw, Ali Bogutinov and Marlon Vera. Like he knocked out Michael McDonald. He doesn't have defense. He has power, knockout power. Ralph Font has knockout power, no defense. Francisco Rivera has 0% defense. Like that guy has no defense. Ian McCall has no defense. Those John Dodson, he did not beat John Dodson. John Dodson, he when you see the fight, you can clearly tell that John Dodson was blocking most of the shots and he was rolling with the punches. So that minimized the effect of the punch. So like a big punch of John Lineker, if it lands, it's like 2 points. But since John Dodson rolled with it, it like takes away a lot of the power of the impact, making it like a 1 point. Like it cuts down to like 50% impact. So it's not like a full punch. So it's like there's a reason why he didn't get knocked down, hurt, or anything. But and John Lineker was way bigger than John Dodson too. Like naturally, so like I said, Ali, John Dodson, T.J. Dillashaw, those guys beat him. John Dodson lost to John Lineker, but in my opinion, he clearly beat John Lineker. John Dodson did. All those guys, if you look at it really close, those guys had really good footwork, like defense, footwork, defense. I'm gonna count that as the same thing, defense. And so if you have good defense, you're gonna beat them. Like you have a high chance of beating them if you have good defense and good ground game. You're gonna definitely beat them. I think Vera has better ground game than John Dodson, but John Dodson has a slightly better footwork slash defense than Vera. So I feel like we're gonna see the same performance as that, but hopefully they gave it to the right guy and they gave it to Vera, because I think Vera is gonna make this like a John Dodson versus John Lineker. We're gonna see that again, and like in like John Lineker last fought like a year ago almost, like 11 months ago. So we don't know if he has improved from that, if he made the right adjustments in training. If you run away from him, what is he gonna do now? It's like did he improve his takedown defense? Does he cut the ring better? Does he are his punches a lot straighter? And every once in a while looping, and he gets you off guard, and like tricks you. These are hopefully we can get these answers this weekend, because I like John Lineker. He will always be top 5 just because of that freakish power. If he moves up in weight one of these days, I think he will be still a knockout artist. But those are my thoughts on this fight. I'm picking Vera to win by majority decision. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. Subscribe to this channel. More content coming up. Alright, thanks.